Life Radio. You're tuned in to Diamond Life Radio, where we play all underground all the time. Check you're tuned in to Diamond Life Radio, where we play all underground all the time. Hi guys, thank you for tuning in. It's Diamond Life Radio. Your girl Curly Black in the building. Y'all already know how we do it over here, all underground all the time. But today we're gonna be discussing relationships. I have some people here with me. I got Mr. Pierre, Papi Too Real, Miss D, Boss Life, and Miss Tracy, the girlfriend circle. You feel me? So guys, when it comes to relationships, we're gonna be discussing the good, the bad, the ugly, the benefits, the goddamn unbenefits. Right? So let's start off on a good note. What are some good things that y'all feel relationships bring to life? You feel me? Like, are there any benefits that y'all see from it?
Well, that's a weird question, but I guess companionship, somebody you can do things with, somebody you can agree or disagree with. Biblically speaking, the Bible says two is better than one, and that doesn't just speak with intimate relationship, that also speaks with friendships. So that goes both ways. Because if one falls down, the other one is there available to support them. For me, you got to be smarter than me, because I may have a brilliant idea. You got to be smarter than me to make my idea better. Somebody you can laugh with, somebody you can cry with, somebody you can just do things with. Because life is better together, right?
I mean, I definitely agree. I agree with all of that. I agree with all of that. The relationships that I've been in, you have some bad ones, but I think I would rather. Matter of fact, I would rather be in a relationship. I'm not in a relationship at the moment, and that's cool. But I would rather be in a relationship.
Okay. I definitely understand that. And I probably agree with that too. You feel me? Because yeah, that solo shit ain't what's up.
No, it's not. It's not really. It's not
So,
really.
you mentioned friendship, right? How important do y'all think friendship is when it comes to actually having a successful relationship?
You got to start off as friends first before you can be in a relationship.
A lot of people say that, but they don't start out that way.
No, but that's why some relationships are meant to be and some of them are not. But if you want to get that real intimate with that person, before you get intimate, before you lay down with that person, make sure you know who that person is. Because if you lay down with that person and then you find out that this was a roach ass female or roach ass nigga, then it's too late. But when you see that first red flag, you better act on it. Don't get to 2 and 3 red flags and then say, oh man, now catch that first one, then you'll know. Because they do give signs.
Yeah.
And then it's how you vibe with that person. If that first meeting of that person, you got your inside, it's like a negative. No, that's a red flag right there. Because you'll know before you even come across a person.
Me and Carly was talking about that the other day. I believe that's the difference, because you get involved with a person most people don't take their time out to really see what's going on with that person. It's the attraction that you dealing with, and before you know it, this is really might not be the person for you. And it can get, that's when stuff get ugly, because then one time there's this thing where maybe in this relationship, there's one person that likes the other person more. It's not like a mutual attraction. And when you have that, I believe that comes from not getting to know each other. You don't
Yeah.
have that. You don't have that mutual love thing going on. It's not mutual.
And then also, like like y'all said, when you see somebody, you see them, and then you got that attraction for them. You feel me? So your mind never says, "Hey, stop! Don't just move forward with a sexual relationship." You feel me? Get to know that person. Like no one ever does that. So we end up bouncing from relationship to relationship based off of that initial immediate attraction versus actually knowing somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it comes with the, like I say, with the vibe of a person, that that feeling you get on the inside. You'll know, you if they got a, if they vibration is high, then you know that person is a good person. But if they got that low vibration, man, step to exit left, go, cause that'll bring you down. You got to find your equal. And I always think from my relationship, my husband, when we was dating, his past relationship was like, he was a good person, but they was using him for what he had. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a hard worker, so they know, okay, this I can get this because he's a good person, but you not reciprocating. You know what I'm saying? Just because if he give, it's a two-way street in a relationship. And me coming from the relationships I've been in, I've always been the one. Hey, they the guy who always lived with me is never we gonna go get something together. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always had mine, and me working like I do, and then meeting him, and then us getting together is like us. We coming from two broken relationships to heal. Two broken hearts can mend as one, and that's what we've done. So it's like everything that didn't happen in my past relationships that I wanted to happen is happening in this relationship because it was written. It's like I manifest what I have. Instead of me waiting, I took time and putting other people in my life to get to the point where I am now. And it's like now, me being in a relationship that I am now, he's not only just, he wasn't my boyfriend, he was like my best friend. And we go, when you go through things, when you have went through things that's bad and can overcome, that's the ultimate high. You can't nobody from the outside come in and say, oh girl, he, or oh dude, she doing now. Because when we get ready to do things and we going separate places, hey, I'm going over here with such, we, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time when we do things, we do it together. But then what I'm saying is, to beat around the bush, not to beat around the bush, is two broken-hearted people come into one. But you have to have a friendship first. You got to be friends before you become lovers. If it's the other way around, how you know that if you get brokenhearted, that friend gonna be there for you?
Okay. See, they go into that question I had about um, how do you not bring your baggage into your next relationship? That's a lot like the way you broke that down. That was a part of the one of the questions that I had.
Okay.
See, um, going so you get out of a relationship and
Mm-hmm.
you're going forward, you're healing, you're trying to work on yourself and this and that and the other, but then you find somebody else, you think it's about that time, so you get into this relationship, but there's a possibility that you're bringing your baggage into that relationship. You're bringing your trust issues, stuff like that. I can't speak for everybody, but sometimes, well, a lot of people have insecurity problems. There's things that I think about that I'd be like, oh, I'm kind of insecure about it, but at the same time, you have to learn how to, get through that. You can't put your problems on other people, but what do you do to prevent that from happening?
See, when you meet a person, you don't like give detail for detail about why the relationship ended. But what you want to know is you tell the person up front, this is what I'm looking for, you know, and my thing is honesty. If you honest and you tell the truth from the beginning, you ain't gonna have no problems. None whatsoever.
Okay. So what you had said was, how do you prevent bringing your baggage into your next relationship? One thing that I realized is we be fucked up. You know what I mean? So what we have to do is take a look at ourselves. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
you got to look at yourself first and realize, okay, yeah, the relationship didn't work, but what did I do in that? What part did I play in that relationship not working? You know what I'm saying? And what could I have done better? You feel me? So once you realize that, you make sure that you don't do that the next time. You feel me? And it's just like, don't let what someone else did too affect how you respond and how you treat the next person that comes along. You know what I mean? So just because my last nigga was fucked up, I can't assume that every nigga gonna be fucked up because that's not how it goes.
Okay.
And see, that's the difference between you having a nigga, a D boy, and a real man. And what I say about a real man gonna be a king, and he's gonna find his queen. Cause he a D boy and a play toy that they opportunists. But when that king find you, he gonna give you the utmost respect. And my thing of it is,
True.
if you find a man and that his mother is still living, and him and his mother has a relationship, a good relationship, that's who you look for because he gonna treat you the way he treat his mother.
I want to welcome my best friend and y'all K9.
Hey.
What's going on, friend?
I'm all right, man. I'm trying to make to my destination, but I didn't want to miss out on too much of the topic. Um, I'm like a few minutes away from my destination, but the conversation that I heard when I chimed in was very, very, very intriguing. And the whole deal about baggage, man. You got to go into a new relationship with a clear conscience, with a clear mind. You know what I'm saying? Uh, don't let old stuff that you went through, you know what I'm saying, stop you from going forward. You know what I'm saying? Let that go, leave that where it's at, because um bringing old back into a new relationship right now, it's gonna start the relationship out bad, whatever you want to say. You want to keep a clean slate with a new person you're dating. You know what I'm saying? My deal is when I go into a new relationship, stuff like that, man, I give everybody 100. You know, so I grade you 100, whether you earned it or not. And that'll be up to you to maintain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm not looking
boy.
for you.
Come on,
Yeah, for
brother.
real. You great, and you give them 100. You give them 100 up to them to maintain it. You know what I'm saying? They start flunking, they start failing. It'll be on them, not on you. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to go in with somebody like, I'm gonna give you this and I'm gonna give you that, and they turn. No, I'm gonna give you that off top. You know what I'm saying? I don't know you. You know what I'm saying? And whatever somebody said about you, that ain't my relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in going out whatever other people say about other folks, whatever the case is. Man, I judge people when I meet them. You know what I'm saying? Now, and
So
then
so
another thing about. Go ahead.
question on that point. I'm going to cut you off, but that brings me to a serious question that I have, because the thing about it is, um, what, in my opinion, what you giving out to that person that you decide to choose, the person that you decide you're gonna be with, right? From the
Uh huh.
get go, you're giving, you're gonna put your trust into that. So my
No,
question about trust, though, is trust earned or is it given?
That's another
That
deep.
that
well,
all
okay.
gonna that's
Hold
gonna
on, wait, wait,
depend on.
wait, wait. Hold on. Before we go to the next subject, my mama wants to speak on baggage. Y'all, this is my mama.
Hi,
Hey, man.
hi. So my thing is with relationships, the way we sabotage them from day one. is by sharing too much information about why the past relationship didn't work. So the advice would be to always just say it didn't work. Don't go into detail because then you're giving the person ammunition to come back later and say, well, you know, you told me he knocked your eyeball out. I just slapped you on the jaw. So if you don't give them the information, then they don't have the ammo to come back. In the same way with you going into a relationship, you don't want to know why it didn't work with the last person. You just need to know that it didn't work, and then you build your relationship with the new relationship starting from fresh without bringing the old baggage in, giving them reasons or how many times they can do what they feel like they need to do to you based on how many times you told them the previous relationship or the previous man or woman abused you.
Okay.
And
that's sure right.
Yeah,
that's sure right. When somebody asks me why are you still single, I haven't met my match.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
I haven't met my match.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, thank y'all for letting me dip in. I'm gonna dip out.
But because the next topic is trust earned, or is it just supposed to be given? Like what?
That kind of depends on the person. Because I'm like your friend K9. You start off at an A. Now, how you maintain your A is on you.
That's on you.
And I'm the opposite, maybe because I'm old school. For me, everybody is suspect until proven.
Okay.
Well, I mean, for me,
that may not be something that works for everybody, but just from my life experiences, I allow people to earn my trust. Because if I give it to them and then they betray it, then that's on me because I didn't have them earn it. And it's just like the thing in life: if you don't pay for it or you don't work for it, then you don't have no value for it.
Right. See, the first time you messed me over, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? The second time, it's on me for allowing you to get the same opportunity to do it to me again. You know what I'm saying? You live and you learn, but at the same time, like we talking about the earning the trust, stuff like that, you know, um, I mean, like you gotta use your better judgment when God gave you all the sense that you need, you know what I'm saying, to read characters about people, whatever the case is. Now I'm saying you never just go trust somebody wholeheartedly, but I don't have no ill will against you, you know what I'm saying? So you prove that to me that I can't trust you in a certain kind of way. Kind of like what Mom was saying too. The same thing she was saying, but until you prove, I mean, it works. It works however you feel like the individual that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you know, off top, they don't seem trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? Some people, they have to gain your trust. Some people, you feel like, okay, I can trust them to do this, I can trust them to do that. I mean, whatever you base stuff up on, situation, whether a job, anything, or just a friendship, partnership, or relationship, or a business with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You got God give you your better judgment to judge people, to read people, read the room. You know what I'm saying? You have to go around somebody, know everybody in order to go in certain places and know that your welcome is not accepted there, or something else going on, whatever the case is. You know, just use your better judgment because God give you the sense, you know what I'm saying, give the energy, you know what I'm saying, to protect you at any given time. So if you got God in your life and anything that you do, you know, He gonna make sure that He gonna take care of His people. You know, so that's another. I mean, that's just you.
Yeah.
Discernment.
You said
discernment. So I would say to that when it comes down to giving trust or issuing trust, I'm gonna have to go with the same rule that I use to maintain my peace or my bank account. Right. If I'm not comfortable giving you my bank account and trusting you with my information, then we got to get to that certain level before I can trust you with me.
Absolutely.
But you got time. Y'all still, most of y'all still got a little time on y'all side, so y'all got a little leeway where you can, you know, give them a little time to play. I ain't got time to play. I'm going straight in.
I ain't got no time to play. I ain't never had no time to play. I'm just.
No, I mean,
life experience.
That's my But his name Pierre. That's Pierre. He Pierre today.
Okay, he's Pierre. Okay,
that's Pierre.
I'm with you, Pierre.
Yes, ma'am.
This has been fun. I'm gonna have to jump on again. I have to go right now, though.
Okay, it was very good to see you.
Nice meeting you all, and the ones
nice
that
speaking with you, Mama.
Again, Mama. I mean, Daddy, brother, sister, uncle, niece. All right, bye
bye. Where Miss D go?
Well, I mean, for me, I don't. I mean, you have to be fair, but me, I don't get out of one relationship and get into another one just because I know coming from one jumping into another one, I'm not gonna be nice. I'm not gonna be pleasant. So I don't even do that to you. If
Mm-hmm.
I tell
Right.
you now ain't the time, I'm just not, because I know how I am. Me and such just broke up 2 weeks ago. Nah, this ain't the time, because I'm not gonna be fair to you. I'm
Yeah,
not
you need
gonna be
time to
fair.
heal. You need time to heal and figure stuff out for yourself. So I don't recommend anyone do the rebound relationship or jump into another relationship right after another one. You need time. You need that self time to self care, and you need to heal from whatever wounds you took from the last relationship.
It
That's why
may
you can
not, you
avoid.
know what, but it may not have been no wounds. It may have been you just need to spend some time by yourself.
Some time by yourself, but
Yeah.
like every relationship is different. Like some people too clingy. That could be a problem. It could be no abuse or anything like that. Just too clingy. Like I need some time for myself. But you need time for yourself. If you do anything anyway, in general, anything, you need that time to exhale and prepare yourself for anything that you about to do next in your life. Anything, you need the time to recuperate. You need the time to meditate and think about, what I'm saying, your thing going forward. That's anything you do, relationship, business, or anything you do, you need that time for your space to yourself to think about exactly how you're gonna prepare yourself going forward with anything that you do, anything going forward. You need the time for yourself.
I like Carly. I like this. I really like this because, like, it keep leading into my because the space part, right?
Uh-huh.
I was reading about Cameron Diaz. Y'all know Cameron Diaz, right?
Yeah, uh-huh. Right. Uh-huh.
Well, her and her husband,
They live in two separate houses.
they live in two separate houses. They don't live together. They're married, but she lives in her house and he lives in his house. I think they live like maybe right up the street from each other. But for them that works. My question to y'all is, how do y'all feel about that? I mean,
Well,
uh
that wouldn't work for me. That wouldn't
that
What
work
uh,
wouldn't
for
what
work
me.
for you?
That will
what
not
what
work for me. But the other thing, I'm real selective when I'm dating. We gotta talk a couple of times for me to determine if I even like you. If you can carry a good conversation, then fine. But the other thing is I'm maintaining everything that you said within this 2 week, 3 week time period to see if you have dipped off and told me anything different. And within that amount of time, that's going to determine whether I want to meet with you and maybe go out for coffee, because coffee is not a time. Maybe we can go out for lunch. Lunch is not no whole bunch of time. Dinner and a movie, that's too much time. And what if I don't know you? I don't know you and you dumb when we get here. So that be my thought process.
So this is how you're gauging from the moment that you meet a person
From
and
our yep,
you decide, okay, this person is worth you exerting yourself, giving your energy, and you trying to see what's going on with that person. That's your process. That's how you
yep,
figure out if you're gonna move forward.
that's right.
Okay. Carly, what you think? What you think about the living the living situation? Would you need to would your
Well,
if you're when you with your partner, do y'all have to live together or can y'all have separate?
if we have separate houses, we not together. The fuck?
Okay.
No, that's not gonna work for me. Bring that ass here, boy. Fuck. It's not gonna work for me.
I mean, why? But why? Why is
No,
it?
no.
Why we gotta have separate houses? Why come me and you can't have a house and the kids got a house? You hear me? Why we got to live separate? Nigga, you don't like me like that?
Okay, okay, okay.
Well, I mean,
The fuck do I
biblically,
get on your nerves like that, nigga? The fuck is
well,
we
I mean,
married for?
biblically speaking, the
Biblically,
purpose of marriage is to be together, to
the,
commune together, to be
Togetherness.
together, and the bond of sex. Although we
What?
use it casually,
uh-huh.
the bonding of sex is how
I'm gonna come to
relationships
car.
start together.
Where can
This
we
is
park
why they
it?
shouldn't start off that way.
Okay, okay,
Who?
okay.
How much is it? $11.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like, being that
If
I've
I
never,
leave, if I leave it here, it's gonna be $20.
I've never
What?
been married, and but I've been in like the both type of situations. Like I've had the relationship where me and my female we lived together. I've done that before. That was cool. Um, for me, I've been really like the times where, you know, I got my girlfriend. She's not my wife, but I got my girlfriend. She stays where she stays. I stay where I stay. I've really enjoyed that time like that
That's
because,
different if that's your girlfriend.
well, see, this is the thing though. This is the thing though. Distraction, distraction. Now my wife, my counterpart or whatever, she's not a distraction. But when you move,
I don't go.
when
You
you're
supposed
with
to say you said for $11,
business or
right?
whatever, and you move, you're thinking on your own, you're doing what you need to do on your own. For me, I've figured out that I move better when I'm like separate and minding my business, because now I'm thinking for myself. There's nobody around giving me extra input. I'm not discussing what I need to do with anybody to make sure that it's okay with them.
Well, so maybe
You
you
know,
have
the
the
thing
maybe you
that,
have the gift of singleness. It's okay to have the gift of singleness. Maybe you just have the gift of singleness.
well, I'm just saying I've seen it. What I'm my part about that is I'm talking about when it comes down to going to work. I know how to be in a relationship and work together, but from being in a relationship, working together, and being single in a being not single but living by myself in a relationship, it's just easier to get up and go to work when it's time to go to work. You know, when it's time to actually get up and go take care of business. When I'm by myself, it moves that schedule. It moves the way I schedule it, stuff like that. So I'm just looking at it from both sides. Being that I've never been married, I really don't have. I really can't say how I would feel. I probably would. I don't know how I would feel about that, but that's why I asked the question. I mean, I feel like if you're married, when you make that decision to be married, um, long as the decision is mutual, you know, long as she don't have a problem or you don't have a problem, both of y'all need to figure that out, and y'all need to go with what y'all come up with. That's how I feel about that, you know. But like I say, I've never been married.
It sounds like you may have the gift of singleness.
I mean, it don't feel like it.
It may be a blessing and a curse.
I mean, I do it, but like I say, I would rather be in a relationship.
Well, you have to determine what relationship mean, what that look like, feel like, smell like, feel like to you. You have to really identify what relationship means to you. What how involved and are you and that person going to be in agreement with that type? Because you can meet somebody, and if you all are not in agreement, it don't even really matter. You all not gonna relate to each other, because that's what relationship is. That's on the ship going in the same direction. Friendship, relationship, they all you in the same boat going together. And if you all don't match, maybe what you were saying, where you have to you feel better when you in your own space thinking your own thing, maybe that just was not your match, and that was just a ship you needed to jump off of and join a new ship.
Yeah. I mean, what you're saying right now is definitely enlightening, because first of part, the ship part, nobody never broke it down to me like that. And so you know, that is like super, like a light bulb just went off in my head, especially the part where you say I need to identify what relationship means to me. What does it smell like? What does it look like? It makes me understand that um you know, there is a thing called case by case basis. A lot of people will put a certain thing under an umbrella and say, oh, it's like this. A relationship is like this. They put an ABC for it's for the person, it's for the people. So relationship is an agreement. Like you said, you got to relate. I mean, those things that you just said, that thank you very much. It's pretty good. Oh, there she go.
Okay.
Missing you, Miss D.
I was listening.
Oh, you was listening?
Yes.
What was your next question, Papi, that you had?
Okay. One more. Um, some people feel like
Bro, mute your phone until you get ready to say something.
oh yeah, because you got that. So the question was about people living. Why do people do that? Why do people be in a relate like as Dee said, honesty is the best policy. This is how relationships work. But why do people be in a relationship and they are lying to each other daily? Like
Can I tell you something about that?
I've seen this before. I've seen
So the thing is, when you are not honest to yourself, you're not going to be honest with nobody else. Relationships start with how you relate to yourself, what you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself in things. And if you go tell yourself a lie and you are you, it ain't nothing for you to lie to nobody else.
right.
Nothing. Nothing.
That's
A
horrible.
person that will lie to themselves will lie to you. They not trustworthy. And 9 times out of 10, they not trustworthy to you because they don't trust themselves with their life's decisions. Now
Oh,
think about that. You don't trust yourself with life's decisions. You think that somebody is going to see you a certain way because you already see you that way.
wow. That's deep. So a person that they're 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 pretty much just existing and they're kind of making it up as they go. They fake it till they make it. This type of person that does not have the direction, they don't know what they're doing. People they don't know. They've never sit down to figure out what they want in life, which way they going in life, what they trying to do. They're unsettled. This can bring up. This can make a bullshit person. This can make a person be a bullshit person.
Well, no, not necessarily. You
Okay.
have to, we don't come here grown and we don't come here knowing everything. And our parents are our gods. They are our teachers. They are our everything. And consider we learned everything from them. And unintentionally, they taught us to be fearful. Unintentionally, they taught us certain things directly and indirectly. Maybe let's say some of the things they taught you made you have a low self-esteem. Maybe some of the things they taught you, maybe they made you feel ugly. And these are the things that they are responsible from the time that you are born until the time that you start making some decisions by yourself. When do you start thinking by yourself now? Like 10, 11? You start thinking for yourself then? But these thoughts from your parents, your caretakers, they have already influenced you. Now you got their thoughts, now you got your peers' thoughts. And then you have other people's thoughts because you haven't really had the time to figure out things on your own. And when you start figuring things out on your own, guess what? Your mama say, no, you shouldn't think like that. You shouldn't make that decision. Your daddy say, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't make that decision. Now you second guessing the innate thing that God gave you with. He gave us everything that we need to have. We have everything that we need to have. But you have people, look at a garden. In the garden, your parents are planting seeds, your aunts are planting seeds, everybody's planting seeds, then your peers are planting seeds. Now you got to figure out how to pull these seeds up so that you can grow what you already had to grow.
And most of the time, people be planting weeds unknowingly. You feel me? They're not planting seeds that's gonna bear fruit. They planting bullshit.
But they don't know that.
But it's because too, I'll let go back to society too. You feel me? It really ain't even our fault. You feel me? It's just we're a product of our environment, and that's the shit that we would. That's the thing. I gotta stop kissing so much. But those are the things that we were raised up around. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you dark skinned, you ugly. You feel me? Oh, you
Yeah,
light skinned, you pretty. But no, in reality, it's really some ugly ass light skinned people. You know what I'm saying? And it's
yeah,
some beautiful ass dark people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But these are the things that we were taught. You know?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's why I would say counseling is the way to heal. Counseling, I've done hypnotherapy, I do counseling. I do a lot of personal development because I want to be the best me I can be, so that when my mate finds when I meet my match, I know my match when I see him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think therapy is very good. I had the opportunity to take anger management, and I like to talk to people about that a lot because a lot of people don't even know that they're angry. And you could be angry, it don't even look like you're angry, but a lot of people are angry. Things have happened in your time on this earth, and you haven't got a chance to get through it, get past it. People haven't let stuff go, and they're walking around angry. I got the opportunity to go to anger management class, and um, I wanna revisit. I want to revisit the class, which I'm going to do. Um, but it really helped me. It really helped me. It put some things into perspective on on how to deal, on how to deal, and in that class in itself, it turned me on to research, like you say about personal development. It turned me to researching these type of things. There's a lot of TikTok channels that I follow. There are YouTube channels that I follow where there's just this very good information sharing going on, and they're helping you. They're giving experiences. These people are giving out their personal experiences, and they're letting you know what happened. Then they're letting you know how they processed it. Then they letting you know how they dealt with it, and they're giving you, in a sense, some direction on just your feelings and your emotions. Emotions. People always say women are emotional. I mean, what is a man? I know I get bent out of shape. You know, I mean, so whatever. But how do you deal with that? So this information sharing is really good. I like it.
All right, y'all. We got Artie. That's my bartender from Applebee's. Hey, Artie.
Hey Carly, hey D, hey everybody.
What's up? What's up, Linda?
So yeah, we discussing relationships and yeah,
Hmm.
some of the ins and outs of it. Um, you have anything to add to the conversation?
Well, I'm single, so but that's by choice. I choose to be single to work on me before I can jump in a relationship. So right now I'm just doing me, you know.
So can I say something about the work on me thing?
hmm
There are a lot of people that say they are working on them and they are healing them before they go into a relationship. But sometimes I wonder if that is just an excuse. Not saying for you,
Right,
but
right.
I just wonder sometimes if that's an excuse because maybe you're fearful of what's going to happen next, or you're fearful of what's going to, because the thing is, maybe as you're healing, maybe as you're working, maybe that person that is for you is going to come into your life and make help you go to that next level.
Which is possibly that could be true in two ways. Because when I say working on me, the things I've been through, I don't let define me to move forward into a relationship. I'm saying working on me as far as my peace with my happiness before I can actually involve myself with someone or try to even get committed. I got to make sure I'm at peace and happy with myself with the way I'm living my life. You know what I mean? You never want to really like just start like say for instance, say if like me and you were just talking, getting to meet, you know what I mean? There's things you have to learn about me, I would have to learn about you. Some of the things you might be learning about me are things I'm working on myself. You might not see me working on it because I'm not actually physically just showing you or telling you, but I'm working on me for me alone on my time. Maybe it's personal with God because it's something He's working on me with before I can move forward and be with you. Now, on other people's end, as far as them saying they're working on themselves, some people might be scared or the fear, like you said, but 9 times out of 10, you know when someone's working on themselves because they're not going to walk the same way they were walking in their last relationship. They're not going to bring old stuff from their relationship to their new relationship. You know what I mean? You got to let your past, like what they say, church hurt, past love hurt, relationship status hurt. You got to leave there where it is because my main thing with me was I was hurt. But when I go on in life further, I don't want to hurt the next person because how I was hurt for someone else doing me the way they did me. So that's why when I say working on me, I'm personally working on me mentally, physically. You know, I'm financially working on myself. I'm just working on me because before I can get committed, you know, it's two. It's not just one, it's two. So, you know, when it's time to go out do this, I got half for you, you got half for me, or, you know, vice versa. It's not that I'm going to put all the weight on this person and carry me down while I'm working on me. I feel sympathy. Most people want sympathy when they say that. So you kind of get my drift, what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I wasn't picking on you. I just
No. I'm saying no.
that's just something that I think about often.
Yeah,
Um,
I get the drift now, but I'm using me an example, which I'm not going to say I'm working on me. Just work. No, I really am, and it takes time. It's some things that I still am working on that I know I have to really change, and it's hard some things, but I guess day by day as I grow and look at my mindset on things, I think different and I try to walk different. You know what I mean? But it's not nothing I'm going to change overnight. Yes, I can pray on it. Yes, I can ask someone to pray for me, which I don't like a lot of people doing, but it's okay. But I'm just saying, I choose to be single now, right now, and a lot of people are not on the mindset I am. Me being single is a good thing because it's me. Yes, you do get lonely. Yes, you got your vulnerable nights, your vulnerable moments. But me being single and working on me, like if I was to get involved with someone and I ask you, where do you see us 6 months, and you have nothing to say that's positive to build us further or get further, it's nothing there. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest question I ask people too when they decide to talk to me, or if I want to go, where do you see us 6 months from now, a year from now? Where do you see us? I want to see growth or something different. And a lot of people are not on that, you know. And for me, I'm in school about to graduate with my bachelor's. So I'm on a whole nother level of relationships, everything. You know what I mean? I'm just on a whole another level, doing me, finding me right now.
so when men are single, they're not asked why are you single, but when women are single, you always want to know
But
why
that's
you single.
not
You
true.
must be crazy.
Not true, because if you watch Pop the Balloons, there's women always asking men, why are you single on there? Now, come on now.
That's not often, but they that's not often. That's
It's
not often.
yeah.
I talk to a lot of men, and they say that no, women don't ask them why they're single, but they always ask why women are single and how long they have been single.
Yeah, that's a question. I mean, I would ask that too. Like, but I would hope someone would ask me that. Like, why are you single? Why? Wouldn't you want to know why I'm single?
Man, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared.
But see, if you scared because you single, if you scared, that
I'm
means you're scared of yourself, and you know what yourself is going to do. So that's why you're scared.
well. See, yeah, that's true. That's true too. But it's really more like
But now, really, people be scared of getting their feelings hurt again. It's like, bitch, I ain't got time. I
that's
ain't got
that's
too
that's
many
that's
more feelings
really
left
more.
until I shoot somebody.
That's
Yeah,
So
that,
what's
really
wrong
more
with you
what
hoes?
it said though. That's really more like what it
It
said though,
is.
because we talking about my past, my prior relationship. I got a relationship in August, but and we won't go into that because I don't want to speak on another person that's not even here to speak on. But the thing about it is, I was so upset about that whole breakup that it's like I just don't have the time or the energy to put my energy into anything right now because what if it's a gamble? And that's the part that's kind of bothering me because I'm still on that what if. You know, you can't sit around what if and everything. You got to take a shot, or
Well,
you
what
got
Right.
to.
if could be positive?
But that's where I'm at. I'm on the well. What if this don't go right? You know, and I'm on the point too. I'm at the point right now, which I'll come out of it. I hope, hopefully, I do come out of it. But actually, right now, that's where I'm at. I'm like, man, I'm not taking because what if? You know,
He got a valid point. But the big but is you said right now you're not ready because you know you felt well, you didn't say you felt you was hurt from your last one, right?
yes, it was very disappointing. I was it's an extreme letdown that relationship did not work out. I was very disappointed with that outcome.
Okay, but
It
listen to
wasn't
this.
I feel
it was
you.
like
Some
it was
I
something.
feel you.
It wasn't like I really wanted to break up. Like I
right, but did you try to
wanted
fight for it?
to
Like
work.
did you see why it went the way it went? Because it's two with everything. It's
Oh,
two with everything.
I definitely it was to for the relationship to break up was definitely the best decision on both sides of the street. You know, so there, that was an adult decision. But like I say, that's not what I really, really wanted. It's just that being an adult and being real about the whole situation, I'm not gonna continue to drag myself through no motherfucking mud. You know, come on, man, we're not gonna do none of that. You know,
Not for
but
real.
but
But when did you feel you was dragging yourself through the mud? You should
oh
be able to
man,
feel that at the beginning.
halfway through the, you know what I mean?
So why didn't you cash your chips before it got too far?
Um, Me and Carly talked about it. It was like it was like Stockholm. Okay, so we had a breakup. Then she didn't want to break up, and I didn't allow her. I didn't allow myself to make the decision. I let it keep going on. But that was like halfway into whatever was going on. But I knew then that the whole thing was over. I knew then it was just riding along, not wanting to let go. Being honest. You know, but that came. That's why I had that question of. That's why the question. That's where the question that I put out that says why people live a lie in their relationship. Well, that's where that question was derived from. That question came from the fact that I was in a relationship that was dead, but I let it drag on because
That
I
so you
really.
really can't speak on that or feel that type of way because see, you allowed that. Anything we allow, we gotta hold ourselves accountable for, right?
Well,
You
that's
allowed that.
that's absolutely. But speaking, the question was derived from my personal experience, and of course I've come to grips with it. I figured it out by now. But that question was put out for those who are going through this right now that need to hear that question because you can't really tell a person. Sometimes you can't really just tell a person something. But in order to invoke their thought process, you ask them this question, or you can ask the question a certain type of way, and that might make them think, and then they might be able to see themselves where they're at, because everybody does not have the ability to step outside and observe themselves of what they're doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Are able to do that, but I've had problems with it. I find myself in jail and sitting in there with regret, trying to figure out how or why did I do that. You know, but that was because my thoughts or whatever, or my emotions or whatever preceded me and I ended up getting myself in some trouble. But I had to learn. I had to learn from that, unfortunately, the hard way. But I did. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I asked that question like that, because at that moment in time when it was going on, I wasn't. I guess I wasn't even conscious of the fact.
I hear you.
Yeah, yeah,
Maybe it. Well, I hear you. I understand you.
yeah. I
Hope
mean,
it, I
it
hope your next one work out though, man. You look at it before.
yeah,
You
yeah.
see signs like offhand are the same way like before. You just see it at the beginning, just be like, let me just go in and steer my ass the other way and not be, you know what I mean?
Right, right. And then too, going forward, excuse me, I'm taking the advice of getting to know, you know, building that friendship,
Yes.
you know, like we was talking about in the conversation earlier. People just get into relationships without even knowing these people. I know a whole homie. I got a few homies that'll tell me about this chick or tell me about that, but I guarantee you they can't tell me her last name.
Yeah, that's day, that's every day though. That's people, you know what I mean? Me personally, I don't believe in love at first sight like people do. I just don't believe it can't. It's happened. I've seen it, but me personally, I don't believe in that love at first sight. Like, yeah, we gotta grow and get to know each other. Like, you know what I mean? Like for instance, my sister and her husband, they still go out like once a month, and they go out as dates, like they're on dates, like just meeting. They still have their friendship like that. You know what I
Right.
mean? My sister been with her husband for 19 years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So in a relation, most people don't really understand what a relationship really is or consists of. For me, I would say a relationship. What I would want out of a relationship more than anything is I would want to know myself first before I even step into a relationship. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want to know me and what I have the ability to have what it takes to actually provide or be that person in a relationship or be actually an honest person, loyal. You know what I mean? A lot of
Well,
people don't know, but that trust and loyalty in relationships go a long way, and people's character can really make that relationship bad too. You know what I mean?
what you're saying is definitely complimenting what Tracy said earlier, because she was breaking down the word relationship. And
Mm-hmm.
what she was saying is exactly what you just said. You need to have that certain type of relationship with yourself in the first place.
Yep. Yep.
There's a
I
certain
agree.
type of relationship that you need to have with yourself before you can even have relationship with others, because you need to know yourself. You need to be in tune with yourself. So I definitely agree with what you're saying.
Artie, what you doing?
Leave me alone, Carly. I'm in the kitchen.
Oh man, what we cooking? What we got?
I'm about to fry some swai fish and make some spaghetti.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
All right. He taking it back.
But I'm gonna put a roast on because I took it out yesterday. That roast, I'm gonna put it on later on slow cooking, my slow cooker, and cook that and bring that to work tomorrow.
Check him out. He got the
All right.
hey, that's black folk eating right there. Fish and spaghetti.
That's me. It's my
That's black.
grandma.
That's
Yeah.
black folk eating right there. That's how black folk fish and spaghetti. Or they have some fried chicken. They have fried chicken and spaghetti.
Or the fish. Yep. And
Yeah,
you do coleslaw.
you do some coleslaw.
Carl, I'm kind of glad I got on your little podcast. I wasn't thinking until I started cooking. So told my best friend, I said I got to get on here and support Carly. It's about relationships. She's like, get in there and see, because she's like me with relationships. Like she can give you good advice too, though. Like just like me, she can give you good advice. But
Well, this is definitely
I kind of want her to.
It's kind of therapeutic.
I want her to kind of get in this now because maybe she can tell her situation. Because like right now, this probably be a good topic for her because she's experiencing everything we're talking about right now.
Yeah, she going through it. But you know, too, like I
but
said,
she's strong. She's very strong. And she's catching everything.
Strong to go through that bullshit.
She's catching everything. She's catching everything. Done blocked him, changed the locks. Like they're like it's a lot. Like, and
Wow.
I think it's because she's pregnant now. And I told her, sorry to say it, but who the hell waits till they're almost 60 to get pregnant and want to run around and chase a kid? Like, literally. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
but, I don't know. I be trying to help her with her relationship.
You got another question? Papi or no?
Um, um, no. Well, okay. Well, we kind of talked about that one already, but to elaborate on it,
Alrighty, I'm gonna put you on mute until you get ready to say something, okay?
if you're gonna, so what? So because there's no time limit on this or that, but how long should you wait? So say you starting out a fresh relationship, and y'all wanna have some sex, but we all know it's not a good idea to have sex off top. So what do you? I mean, because every case gonna be case by case, but how long would you wait before you have sex? If you're trying to be serious, because there's just a fling. People have just flings.
So
But
the fact that you said but
it's
just canceled out everything that you said before but, because but cancels out everything prior to.
okay.
So
So
um
let's go. Can we go back? Can we go before? Can we go back past before the butt?
okay.
How long would you wait to have sex? When you're starting off a relationship.
I'm gonna wait a long time because I'm too good to give away. And I ain't trying to create no stalkers. So
Oh,
we go wait.
I had to
what's a
learn
long?
that over the years. You feel? I had to learn that over the years. Like,
But
yeah.
what's a long time? 6 months, a year, 3 months?
It depends. I can wait until I'm married.
Okay,
Again, I'm too good to give away.
okay.
I'm about to be 55.
Well,
Sex
that's a
is
better.
sex is sex.
That's a
Sex
that's
is
a,
different when you care about a person than when you just having something to do. If you want something to do, read a book, watch TV, take a class, do something.
okay. Well,
Sex is
that's
sex.
a
If
better.
you're looking at sex like something like that, then that's a hobby, something to do. Read a book, write a book, watch TV, do some. I don't know, do something. But for me, I just feel like I'm too good to give away, and we go wait until I'm married because again, I'm not trying to create no stalker, and I'm trying to really feel the intimacy of being with somebody that I care about instead of being with somebody that I just know.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right. I mean, I never
I ain't
thought
gonna lie
about.
though, that's the best part though. That's the best part.
I never
That's,
thought about it like that.
that's the best part.
I don't. My kids grown. My kids grown. I don't need no kids. I ain't trying to have no kids. And I ain't even really trying to practice unless he my husband. Because then we ain't got practice because we already perfect. Because we already love each other. Because love is what binds relationships, whether you are married or not. There's this book, The 7 Reasons Why God Created Marriage, and that's one of the reasons for sex.
Say the put out the name of the book again. I want
The
to write
7 Reasons God Created Marriage. I
seven.
think it's by Jane Ford.
God created man.
7 reasons God created marriage. Oh Lord.
Nah, that's pretty good though. See, like, okay, um, I believe people don't do a lot of research. This is a very good show because for the people that's watching it, they get to see um um opinions from both sides of the street. This is a you got male and female on here, giving out their experiences, and we just putting out how we feel about it and what how we feel about it from through experience. And I think everybody got some very good. I've learned some things, but the information is I believe is very important to get out because this is how people are doing their research nowadays. People are not reading books. They're not going and really researching. What they're doing though is they're watching these podcasts, they're going to these TikTok channels, and they're watching and they're getting the information like that. So I'm just, with that being said, I'm happy to be a part of this particular show.
What I
And
teach
y'all
girls
have
when I'm when I teach girls when I'm mentoring them is sex with a girl, how a girl thinks about sex and how a boy thinks about sex is different. And so it's just best for you to wait. If you want to have sex, just say you want to have sex. Don't say you love this little boy, because you don't. It's just hormones and pressure. Just say that. And mothers need to stop telling their girls, just wait until you love him, because that boy, he know that game, because his boys done told him that game. Tell her if she love you, she give you some.
Yeah,
No, no, no. Just tell the truth. Sex is just what it is. It's different when it's just an activity and when there's an emotion to it. And that's what I teach girls. If you can wait as long as you possibly can, wait until you marry. But if you can't, protect yourself, because you can get more than a baby.
yeah,
You can
yeah,
get more than a baby. You can get something you can't get rid of.
yeah.
So that's the same thing for us grown folks. If you
Period.
can't wait,
Period.
protect yourself.
That's very that's been that is the big that's a very big deal. I grew up with that type of information. They gave us condoms. It wasn't to promote to have sex, but here's a condom. Here's a condom. Okay, you get put in that situation. This is what you need to do. Pull out the condom and use the condom.
So see there, so there's your reason how long you wait. There is your answer right there. How long you wait. There's your answer.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Okay, I have a question. Do in y'all previous relationships, have y'all had issues with motherfuckers being ungrateful?
No. I'm
Uh,
gonna say I have had some really good relationships. It just as I started progressing personally, it just began to not be a match.
I I I feel as I feel as though maybe not ungrateful, but just not seeing the worth or the value.
That's ungrateful,
Yeah,
if you ask me. You feel me?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Then that goes back to what Miss D say, watching for red flags. Why you can kind of pick things up based on who they're connected to. When you're around their friends, you see what they say around about their friends, what their friends say about them. Um in which they may be away and they may be whispering about the person.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
listen. You don't even have to. That's why we're gonna be on the phone a lot before I decide I'm gonna be outside with you. We're
Yeah.
gonna converse, because I'm gonna see if you go lie anytime during that time period.
Okay.
You gotta listen. Be around their family members and see what their family say. Oh, she done bought another nigga around here. You know how they do.
See there? You see there? You see there?
You remember that last one he bought around here. Now they may not say it around you. They may not say it around her, but they go mumble it behind her back.
Yeah.
Just listen.
Yeah. You'll get this type of information.
You
It'll
don't even have to listen hard. Just listen enough. And that be what make your decision. And that's why I'm still single. Don't send me no pictures that I didn't ask for. Don't call me after certain hours, because We don't know each other like that. As a matter of fact,
Right.
my phone gone do not disturb at 10 o'clock. You gonna
Right.
have to leave a message anyway.
If you call me and I don't answer, don't call me again and call me again and then text. Fuck, block,
Yeah,
fuck out of here. Who the fuck is you?
that's boundary issues. People, people don't understand boundaries. That's not cool.
Well, it's just because people haven't enforced their boundaries. But when others don't enforce a boundary, when people come to a person that has a boundary, now you think you too much. I had somebody that told me that, oh, you think you all that, you're not special. And because he said that, I say, Google me. And I don't ever do anybody like that. But you can Google me and you'll see all my books. You'll see my social media. You'll see my stuff. But I don't act like that. I know I'm special. I don't have to portray an air that I am. It's my boundary that makes me special. That makes me that means that there's a distance between us. And the distance don't change unless something changes between us.
Okay.
Maybe you didn't establish the right boundaries in a relationship.
Yeah, you right. Oh, I know
Maybe,
that. I know
maybe,
that. You feel me? Oh, I definitely learned.
maybe we don't establish the right boundaries. I don't know how men are taught or raised, but women are taught to be nurturing, be kind, be helpful, be this, be that, be the other thing. And when you be all of that, then there is no boundary. No, you can't call me after certain hours. No, you can't come to my house certain hours. No, you can't talk to me like that. When you don't establish boundaries at the beginning, then there's never going to be any boundaries and nobody's going to have any respect for you when you try to place a boundary. Now you think you're doing something.
Mm.
Men and women. It's not just for women, men and women. Set a boundary. Set a boundary.
Okay.
Shit, I don't know. I wanted to fold my arms, but I'm open to the information, so I had to change my stance. You feel me?
Okay.
Ah, damn. You right? Okay. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm grateful for this conversation, y'all. It's Diamond Life Radio. We doing what we doing today. We talking about relationships. You feel me? I got Artie B in the building. I got Mr. Pierre in the building, Miss Tracy, and Miss D. You feel me? I'm your girl, Carly Black. It's Diamond Life Radio. So, guys, um, something else, relationships. Okay. When you say be friends, right? How long does it take to become a friend?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
What do you mean? Um,
What she
So
is like when you
when we
get
say,
to a
okay, we
relationship.
gonna get to know a person, we gonna be friends first. You feel me? At what point do you know that that person is your friend?
I never thought about that. Because if we just talking, you're not my friend. We just we just talking.
You just a nigga I talk to,
You just somebody
or
I know.
a man. When I
You
say
just
nigga, I
just
mean man too. You feel me? I
you just
excuse the
somebody I know.
terminology.
I don't know. I never thought about that. Because I don't ever call no man my friend. I don't.
So you can't be friends with men?
I have a lot of men friends,
Uh-huh.
but I don't just be talking to people and then we just click up like friends right away. I got male friends that we've been friends more than 20 years, 30 years, 40 years.
Right. I
But
feel on that.
new people, I never even really thought about that.
I feel
They just somebody I know.
that's okay, because that's what that, yeah. Because how do you know, this is a new person. And first things first, in order to befriend this, y'all gonna have to spend some type of time together. Y'all gonna have to build some type of memories together to be considered like, oh, that's my homie, because you know, when it's just your boyfriend, you see the person at the bar all the time. That's my homie at the bar, or that's my homie at the club, or oh, I see that person at the store all the time. That certain clerk that you might go to, and y'all have good conversation. Y'all might even ask about each other's kid or whatever, and y'all cooled in. Then
That's an associate then. That's not a
that's,
friend. That's just an association.
but see, that's what I'm saying. The, how like she said, how do y'all even become friends? I guess there has to still be some type of mutual liking. Oh, that's what
That's
happens.
my mama. I
That's
need help
what
with that.
happens.
What?
Let me show you. This is what happens. This is what happens. There's some type of mutual attraction or liking between both the parties.
That don't make you
And
friends. That just mean
but
I think you're good looking.
what I'm saying is, because of that mutual attraction, it grows into that friendship. That's
Mm,
that's how it happens. There has to be some type of mutual something going on between me and you if me and you never met. Because for me to say, oh, well, do you have a boyfriend? Can I ask you for your phone number? And then for you to say, oh, no, I don't have no boyfriend. Here's my phone number.
but see, I
On
don't
the
know.
phone,
I don't even operate like that.
all I'm saying is my answer was I'm just looking at the scenario on how it becomes the friendship. Because if I ask you for your phone number and you give me your phone number and we start talking on the phone, and all we do is talk on the phone, but when you call, I answer, and when you know, back and forth, so that's gonna build that friendship from there, because y'all had some reason to call each other in the first place. So from there, it grows into something, and it grows and grows and grows, and then probably by next year, y'all might go on a date or something, and then from there, it might get bigger and bigger and bigger. But I mean,
Like with Artie, I met Artie at Applebee's. You feel me? But we be chilling now. You feel me?
see,
Like we do shit outside of Applebee's now. You know what I mean?
you
So
see.
yeah.
I mean, but that's my point. It has to be some type of mutual attraction between two parties that builds and grows into a friendship.
Well,
And
mutual attraction don't build friendship because I meet men, they fine as hell but dumb as doorknobs. And when I see you fine as hell and dumb as a doorknob, then we already done.
but see, that's
We
why.
done.
But still, that's what I'm talking about. The mutual. See, just that's just the part that you didn't like. Well, what if you see out that person everything that you like, and that person sees everything that they like out of you? Well, that will cause a build up in your.
That's based on communication. That's based on communication. That's not based on, like I said, the last guy I was with, I've been knowing him since we were 10 years old. We were kids together. And he was cute then and he grew up to be fine. He was smart, but he ain't have his stuff together. Cause for me, you gotta be consistent. Consistency is key.
So
You ain't consistent, you ain't got no chance.
so
You
how
can
is
have a conversation, but if your conversation ain't consistent, then you wasting my time and yours. Don't call me every little while when you need some support or something. There are things that for me as the person I am, that I need for me. And that's the part what I mean where you have to know what you need for you, what you know about yourself that you know that you are going to need to help you be you in this relationship. So
mm,
for me, there are certain things that I this is just not gonna work for me. You calling me being all narcissistic, that shit don't work for me. Just straight up, it don't work for me.
But so my question to you though is, um, if you were, I don't know if you're single. I think you did say you were
I
single.
am single. Me and Carly work at the same place. And this
But,
is how I'm gonna do friendship. Me and Carly work at the same place. And Carly was not my friend right away.
but,
What did you say about me?
Hey, your
but,
resting bitch face is a motherfucker. I
but
mean,
not
really?
my question.
Why is you
My question.
looking like that? You
My
didn't.
question
I ain't gonna
is,
lie. I was like, man, that
is
lady got to be crazy as fuck.
my
Right.
question is how would you go about getting to how would you
It's
how
still
would
the
you
same, it's
go
still
about
the
Yeah.
same thing.
Also, I wanted to ask you
if can't nobody
earlier.
walk up to you
Earlier,
and ask
he was
you your phone?
like, earlier, Pierre was like, hey, if I see somebody and I'm like, hey, how you doing? What's your number? Whatever. You was like, oh, you're not gonna get my number like that. How
You
would a
don't.
man get your number?
So
That was my that was
how
what
can a
I
man get my
was.
number? Is we conversing and I like the conversation. You got a smart conversation, then I want to hear more conversation from you. It's not like no, hey, how you doing? Can I get your number? No, because I don't even know you can have a conversation.
Also, you just have to be in an environment to where you just happen to come across somebody and y'all having a conversation, and from that conversation, if you feel in that conversation, then that's what's happening. But it's
But
not just an approach as
no,
where you somebody sees you in public or anything like that, and they just stopping you for your attention, trying to get your phone number. It don't work like that with you.
no, it don't.
Oh, okay, I understand. I understand.
So why I asked Carly about when me and Carly work together, because my face, like she say, my face be my face. Carly and I were not friends right away. We work together now. I can say she my friend. I hope she'll say that I'm her friend. But now we are friends. But
Mhm.
our friendship, we learned friendship based off of working together, having different conversations together, and that's what builds friendship. And then you move further. You may like how this person thinks about things. That's what make how you all, the things that you all talk about life, not just laughing, but life skill, about life things that happen in the real world, stuff like that. Those type of conversations, for me, that's what grabs my attention. And that's going to determine whether you say, hey, let's go on a date. That's going to determine whether I go on a date with you, what type of conversations, with a capital S, we have had. It's not
I,
going to be just like one conversation.
I understand. I understand where you coming from. You know, you have it's it's different for you like that. It's more. It's just it's more of a. It's not just a hey, how you doing? That's not your thing. I feel you.
No,
I,
because I may roll my eyes at you and tell you I'm fine.
No, you definitely rolling your eyes. Crazy ass.
Yeah, that kind of stuff don't really impress me. It
no, I
don't.
feel you. You know, I
I
it's
feel you.
different. It's different strokes for different folks. People are different. That's your preference, and that's cool. That's cool. It's so many people that need to hear that because, like, I never. Maybe there's times I thought I was being impressive. I'm trying to talk to this female, and she shies away from me or whatever, or she don't talk to me, or she don't want to give me her phone number. And in my mind, I'm thinking maybe it's something wrong with me or the way I came at her, or maybe it was just that's not how she's not approachable in that manner. You know,
Right. Like some
I was
man did me like
kind of
that, and I said, he asked me, well, why can't I get your number? I say, I don't want to give it to you. He
well,
say,
well,
why? You don't like men? I say, no, I just have no interest in you.
right,
Don't
right,
be no hater. I just have no interest in you
right. Well,
because you approach me like that.
for him to press when you said no, that was should have been the end of that. for him to press you like that, he got what came to him. You know.
Yeah, you can get worse too.
Yeah.
But
I mean, no means no. No definitely means no. A lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people just don't understand, like, just chill out, back up, cut it out, leave me alone, stop. No. A lot of people just don't understand that, and they will press that.
no, I think that's
It's
the man's
not,
fragile ego. That's what I think it is. I think it's the man's fragile ego
well,
nowadays.
women do it as well. You know, it's a human being thing. It's not a man or a woman thing. It's a fault that a human has. I
So when I go up in the event that I ever go to a man, which that don't happen, I may say, "You nice looking." That's all you're gonna get out of me.
mm-hmm.
But if a woman ask a man out and he say no, she ain't gonna say, "What? You not into women?" She ain't gonna be aggressive like that. That's a man ego thing for me.
I mean,
Why I can't get your
I
number?
ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. See me, if I like a nigga, I'ma tell him. You feel me? Like I ain't gonna say that not no more. I used to do that shit. Now I don't really do that shit no more.
I
Used to, you feel me?
so the thing
And
is,
I had somebody be like,
I've been,
and I be like, bitch, you must be gay.
I'd have been approached all kind of ways. You know,
You must be gay. I've definitely responded like that.
yeah, I'd have been
so
approached.
this is my thing. I have invested money in a dating coach. That was years ago. So I take dating very seriously. And for me, and this is for me, any other woman can think how she wants to do. It's not the woman's responsibility to approach you. It's the woman's responsibility to be approachable, open,
Mm-hmm.
open.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Maybe she smile at you. Maybe she wink at you. That's your go ahead to maybe come talk to her. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't. For me, if I got to ask a man out on a date, that sets the precedence that I'm going to be paying for dates, and that's not going to happen because that ain't what I think. I don't think that. I think that men should ask me on the date. If I'm
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that's to me that's like because number one, bitches always expecting something. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody owe you shit, ma'am. Who the fuck are you? Like,
okay, I mean, I see how you feel like that, but me,
what's wrong?
That can
Me,
work both ways.
if I feel like, oh, you
That
did
can
good,
work
or
both
you
ways.
got a promotion at your job, you my homeboy. If I told I can't take you out to eat as a woman.
that's different. That's different. That's not what I'm saying. That's
Like
not
if
what
you're
I'm
my
saying.
friend, or
That's
even
not
if
what I'm saying.
What you
even
mean?
if you my spouse, my counterpart, you feel me?
That's
You
something
ain't gotta pay
different.
for everything.
Again, that's something different. I'm saying for me, some man that I meet, I'm not gonna say, "Hey, we've been talking for a while. Let's go on a date." I'm not gonna invite a man that I met on a date. My man, yeah, I'm gonna spend some money on him. My friends, yes, I'm gonna spend some money on them. But some random dude, no, I'm not.
Oh no,
That's
I
what
ain't
I'm
gonna do that.
saying.
I ain't gonna do
See,
that
you
either.
ain't gonna do that either.
Nah, I
Miss
mean,
D ain't gonna do that either.
not no random nigga here.
That's
Nah,
what I'm saying. A random dude, no.
I know.
Somebody I've been seeing, yes, I'm gonna spend some money on, but some random dude, no. No. It's my responsibility to be approachable for somebody that may be interested in me and not be hard about him coming to me. Let's have a conversation. It's not my responsibility to say, let's get together, let's do this, let's do that. There's this person texting me right now. We not gonna hold no whole bunch of text conversation because I can't get to know you via text message. I'm like that. We can't get to know each other via text. Let's talk. Let me get to hear your voice. Let me hear the inflection of your voice. Let me hear what you say. Let me because anybody can text anybody anything. You for me that those are my detectors. Now everybody else detect how they detect, but that's how I detect things. No, I'm not going to just come up to you and get your number and then ask you out on a date. I'm not. And if that and that seems like
I ain't
that
gonna do
seems
that either.
so that's what it seems like men, that's what their expectation is nowadays. And I'm not. Just because I'm about to be 55 don't mean I'm desperate. I'm still cute. I still got my shit together, and you can still ask me on a date. Don't expect it because I'm older that I'm desperate and that I'm gonna be doing that. I'm not.
Well,
Okay, okay, okay.
I mean, from a man's point of view, which I really don't really care to even express, but in the year 2025, I've just seen I've seen so much different just stuff, not even this, that, and other thing. I've seen, and it it broadens my perspective on how I view a lot of stuff. It just does because of the way the world is changing and has changed. I feel like the insertion of the internet and the social media thing has what we could call taint some of the people in ways, some of the morals, some of the values of the human race, not just men, not just women, but the human race. Period. I feel it as that is an issue, but just like I say, with some of the things that I've seen, because that's why my perspective has kind of broadened a certain type of way, because we can always speak in the sense of a man, we can always speak in the sense of a woman, but their human being is a human being, and we're not that much different, and it is what it is, and going across the board is just growing across the board. Everybody does everything nowadays. It's just what it is. The approaches that I've had some serious approaches that make me think, well, God damn, are you just trying to buy me? Am I a toy? You just got too much money? Are you desperate? Why are you coming at me like that? But then, looking further into the approach and just looking further into that person is just something totally different. Um, um, my approach is a certain type of way, but my approach to a woman is definitely trained, gentlemen. I could be this type of guy, I could be that type of guy, but I definitely have a certain type of training, which is supposedly gentleman, and it's supposed to be the way that you're supposed to handle a woman, this and that and the other. But that's also what you call a training, which I have a mind of my own. So I move and operate the way I move and operate. And it's not to say love it, like it, or leave it alone, but it's definitely to find that match like we're talking about. You looking for the match that's for you. So that's how I am in that particular manner. But it's just I have a different perspective of it just because of what I'm looking at nowadays. I'm only 45. That's not old, that's not young, but I'm 45. So I do have a bit of experience when it comes down to this man in life, woman game, what we living on this place they call Earth. I got a bit of experience, and I've been around too. I was in the Navy, which took me, not just saying that I was in the Navy. The reason why I say I was in the Navy is because I got a chance to tour the Western Pacific, which got me into culture. I'm extremely into culture. And that gives me a broader perspective about the human race, because we're living in Houston, Texas. This is a very diverse city. The way we feel about things, this is an all black panel. The way we feel is black. The way we feel as black people is one portion of how the world feels, because there's Mexican people. That, not to say that we'll get involved with these other races or whatever, but they're definitely around. And culture is culture. I mean, I eat tacos. You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying about that. It's just it's a different type of perspective. Oh, and you know what? I'm sorry to speak and then cut out, but my time is up. I don't know how long the show's gonna go, but I do need to get off and make some calls. Um, when I'm finished with my calls, if the show is still going, I'll definitely get back on. But thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. I had a very good time. Carly, it's going down. Y'all give me a call. We'll keep it up.
All right, I will. Yeah,
Appreciate
y'all, let's go ahead and just end this one, and then we'll catch back up another day, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. This I'm Life Radio.
Peace out. Y'all have a good day.